yards on him. Williams hits him, boom, he gets underneath him. You bring the back in there. Here's Johnson right here. Here's Williams right here. You get him sandwiched. If you are going to have pass protection, you better double Reggie White. Keep him as close to the line of scrimmage as you can. That's a pretty good double. I mean, you can get a double sometimes where a back will knock a tackle off, too.
Johnson goes in motion this time on 2nd and 10. The draw play to EMMITT. Chased by Reggie White. The ball's loose and the Eagles have it. That's the one thing they said they couldn't do, is turn it over. Eric Allen made the recovery.
And one thing the Eagles do is they really get off their blocks well. Watch them. They hit in, boom, they get off blocks, they penetrate. There's big Reggie coming down there. He goes to hit him. Clyde Simmons, 96, hits him, boom, and strips that ball out of there.
And Eric Allen made the recovery. First down, Eagles. At the Cowboys 36.
They were talking to Nate Newton last night, and he called Clyde Simmons the silent killer. He says you hear all the thing about Reggie White. He says, but the guy that can really kill you is Clyde Simmons, and he started on that play.
1st and 10, Philadelphia. Cunningham to throw. Picked off by Larry Brown with blockers in front. And Brown hit and knocked out of bounds by Cunningham. Alvin Williams was the intended receiver, but they turn it around in a hurry. 30-yard return by Brown.
Probably the most underrated player on this Dallas Cowboy team is Larry Brown. But you know one thing, when you're a pro quarterback, you got to zip that ball. And for some reason, Cunningham didn't zip it. He took something off. Larry Brown is playing underneath. Watch that ball. That doesn't have a lot of zip in it. Brown is just playing underneath in a zone, reads it, picks it off, and takes it back. And did someone put a block on Herschel Walker on that play? Tony Tolbert it was. He saw him, and he turned. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're rushing, you go from defense to offense. And did Tolbert put a hit on Herschel Walker?
This, of course, is Herschel's first visit back to Texas Stadium since that mammoth trade with the Vikings. Really the keynote of the return of the Cowboys. And you wonder what he's thinking.
Well, yeah, he's probably thinking on that. That wasn't a welcome home handshake there by Tolbert. But, you know, the other thing is this is maturity by the Cowboys. You know, when something bad happens to you, instead of letting it happen, boom, go make something bad happen to the other guys.
Randall Cunningham just suffered that interception. It's Kotite, the Eagles head coach, over in conference with him. 1st and 10, Dallas at the Eagle 42.5-yard line. No score. EMMITT Smith barrels inside the 40, picked up 4, maybe 5. William Thomas tripped him.
You know, we were talking about the thing that the Cowboys are going to try and just run and run and run. EMMITT Smith has never had a 100-yard game against the Eagles, and of course those two things kind of go hand in hand. If he has 100 yards, they're probably going to win because that means they were able to run the ball, but they've never done that yet. And every Eagle will tell you the key to stopping the Cowboys is stopping EMMITT Smith.
Cowboys now go with 2 tight ends, Alfredo Roberts and Novacek, but they go in the other direction with EMMITT Smith. He looks to be too short of the first down, stopped by Byron Evans.
Now they're running over there on that left side. One thing, you get away from Reggie White, you get in there behind Mark Tuinei and big old Nate Newton. You know, they moved Nate Newton from a guard to a tackle, and they're running back in here, right in here to this side. You know, just working out. You see Nate gets Clyde Simmons, big old 61. Boom, he gets him moved out. Tuinei gets his guy moved out, and they get a nice crease in there for EMMITT to run.
3rd down, a couple. Elvin Martin, the man in motion, will throw it. We'll get in a hurry to Michael Irvin. First down, Cowboys. Inside The Eagle 30, a gain of 8, stopped by Rich Miano and John Booty.
As we see, they have this bunch type of thing. One guy goes deep, Michael Irvin just stops, and again what they're trying to do is just get him against the zone about 7 yards, kind of being a short guy, hoping he can get the ball, break a tackle and make a big play.
1st and 10 at the Eagle 26. No score.
If you're thinking about scoring against the Eagles, I don't think this is a bad place to try from. Try from here. It's tougher when you get closer to the goal line.
He's going to try. Novacek, the intended receiver, covered by Byron Evans. It's one thing about the Eagle defense. They feel those linebackers can stay with a tight end.
Yeah, that's the thing, that either Seth Joyner or Seth Joyner and Byron Evans, that they can stay with Novacek. So if they can stay with the tight end, then that means that you can take your secondary. You see Byron Evans there stay with Novacek, covering Novacek. If they can do that, then that will let your secondary double the wide receivers.
Harper to the right on 2nd and 10, early left. And Smith stopped as he heads straight ahead. Mike Pitts. Both these teams do a lot of changing on defense, changing in personnel, particularly the defensive lines.
You have a guy like Mike Pitts who's been injured, just been activated a couple weeks, and you want him in the game and you want him to play because he's a good player, very good against the run, good pass rusher, but you don't want to play him too much where he starts to get tired and then that injury thing comes back.
3rd and 8. 2.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. No score as yet. Aikman in the pocket. Incomplete. Kelvin Martin was the intended receiver. Andy Harmon put the pressure on Aikman, and here comes their field goal team.
That's a guy that's quietly having a pretty good year, is that Andy Harmon.
Yep.
He's playing well in there.
LIN ELLIOTT is the Dallas kicker. This will be from about 42 yards. Berline holding.
This is the part that Jimmy Johnson was saying he has to win. He has to win the kicking game.
To wait to win the kicking game. The Eagles will take over. 0-0. 2:15 left to play in the first quarter. Pat Summerall with John Madden. We're at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. 0-0 score. Randall Cunningham gives to Herschel Walker. And the Cowboy defense swarms on their ex-teammate, although most of them were not here when he was.
It's funny, Pat. At some point, I think this Eagle defense is going to start getting mad at this Eagle offense if they don't keep them off the field a while. But they always seem to be bailing them out. With the Eagles, it always seems the offense will get in trouble, the defense will bail them out. In fact, they've given up 14 turnovers, the Eagle offense has, and out of that, the other team has only gotten 6 points.
That is remarkable. Here's Cunningham to Walker, bounces away from one, but is thrown for a loss of 2. Russell Maryland was the first man to make the hit.
And the other guy there, here's Maryland right here. Here's Charles Haley here. One of the things when we talked to Rich Kotite last night, he said they wanted to run at Charles Haley. You see, because he's not a big, strong guy. He's not a guy you can take a double team, but he's not an easy guy to block. I mean, Charles Haley, you may get him, you may start to get him, you may start to block him, but I'll guarantee you one thing, Charles Haley doesn't stay blocked, and you're not going to make a living running at 94.
The only thing he might do is wear it down.
Yeah, that's the thing. You may wear him down.
Cowboys on a blitz, and Cunningham is down. Jeffcoat. Jim Jeffcoat. Boy, that's a name we've been mentioning for a long time.
They had the whole thing there. Thomas Everett, number 31, was on a blitz. Charles Haley was just there, and then Jeffcoat. Watch, Haley's coming from the outside. Watch number 31, Everett is there. 77, Jeffcoat coming from the other side.